Hello dear students, welcome back to the YouTube channel of NIRS of class 7 science. Dear students, in the previous class we were discussing about the lesson reproduction in plants and we have completed the lesson and as well as its exercise part. So in today's class, let me start the new lesson, that is lesson number 13, motion and time. Okay, so dear students, in the previous class we have discussed and we have learned about the different types of motions. So those are the types of motion are variety. Okay, so those are straight line motion, circular motion and periodic motion. So it could be a straight line motion or a circular motion or periodic motion. So we have to remember these all three types of motions. So look at the table 13.1 where they have given the different some common examples of motions. So we have to identify the type of motion in each case. We have to identify the what are the types of motions in each type of case. Okay, so in first column, see some examples of different types of motion. In that first column, that is examples of motion is given. So in front of it you have to write what type of motion is it. So whether it is a straight line motion or rectilinear motion or periodic motion. So first one is soldiers in a march past. Okay, which kind of motion it is? Straight line motion. Bullock cart moving on a straight road. Yes, bullock cart which is moving on a straight road. So this is an which motion? This is also a kind of rectilinear motion or straight line motion. So here you can, I will write here soldiers march past, that is a straight line motion. Okay. So later on bullock cart moving in a line, so straight road, that is also straight line motion. Okay, I'm writing here. And hands of an athlete in a race. Remember here, when an athlete is running in a race, how does his hands movement takes place? That is first front, first right left hand, when it is back, the right hand will be front, like that alternatively it takes place. So this is what kind of motion it is? That is periodic motion. What kind of motion it is? Periodic motion. Pedals of a bicycle in motion. So pedals of the bicycle moves in which manner? That is circular motion. Okay, motion of the earth around the sun. So motion of our earth around the sun, that is also a circular motion. Then motion of a swing. Okay, it goes up and comes back, goes up and comes back. This is periodic motion. Okay, P. Okay, this is which kind of motion it is? Periodic motion. Okay, I am writing here periodic motion. Motion of a pendulum. So motion of a pendulum, it is also a periodic motion. So dear students, just make a note of these all. So here by this we understand so different examples of motion and what kind of motion they are. Okay, so now so let us understand the next concept. So it is so common experience that the motion of some of the objects in our day-to-day life which are slow, some are slow while some that of the others is faster. Okay, so what is slow, what is fast? Okay, see here we know that so some vehicles they move very faster than the others. Even the same vehicle may move faster and same vehicle may move slowly at different types of time. Okay, so we have to make some list of objects, okay, moving along along a straight line, and we have to group that motion of the objects as slow or fast. We have to separate them as slow and fast. So how we decide which object is moving faster and which object is moving slow? There should be one something should be needed, no, to identify which object is moving faster and which object is moving slower. So if vehicles are moving on a road in the same direction, we can easily tell in which one of them is moving faster, okay, than the other. Okay, so for that one activity 13.1 is there. So what is given here? Activity 13.1, let's see here. It shows that the position of some vehicles moving on a road in the same direction at some instant of time. Okay, so position of the some vehicles which are moving along a straight line on a road, okay, in the same direction in the given some instant of time. So that is, look at the figure 13.2. So it shows that position of the same vehicles after some time, okay, the position of the vehicles changes after some period of time. So from your observation of these two figures, you have to answer the following questions. What are those? See, the distance moved by an object in a given interval of time can help us to find or can help us to decide so whether which one is faster or which one is slower, the how much distance that object is moved. So in a given interval of time, that gives us an idea about which one is faster and which one is slower. For example, imagine that you are learning, you have gone to a bus stand, okay, so to see your friend at the bus stop. So suppose you start pedaling your cycle, okay, at the same time as you start go by a bus begins to move, so the distance covered by you after a certain period of time, is it faster or slower, you have to think. Okay, so that is 5 minutes. It would be normal or it would be much smaller than the covered by the bus. Okay, so would you say that the bus is moving faster than the cycle? Yes, so think of this. Dear students, I hope you have understood how the motion takes place, what kind of motion takes place, and how does it takes place in the some different objects. So look at here in the diagram, you can observe that 19.1 and 13.1 and 13.2. So by this you will understand the vehicles which are moving in the same direction at a road and the vehicles which are changing their position, okay, after some time, okay, that you will observe here. And remaining concept let me explain in the next class. Thank you and have a nice day.